Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video from my channel. Now, today's talk time is going to be a little bit of a soft spot for some people, and it might get a little hurtful in places. Then again, it might not, because I don't intentionally go out of my way to hurt anyone. But it is all about just getting on with it, getting on with your life, getting on with what you need to do in a day and all that kind of thing. Because the reason I want to talk about this is because I've always had a interest in psychology, and I was never able to go to university or anything to study psychology. So I've done a lot of self-study over the years on different psychological conditions, how the human minds work. I still understand very little about what's going on, but from what I do understand and from the conditions I do know from what I've learned, it's a very difficult subject to talk about, because depression is very rampant in everywhere at this time in history, mainly due to the events that are unfolding before our eyes. And there's very little we can do to it. We don't feel like things are going to get better. We feel like things are just going to worsen or stagnate. It becomes very difficult to just get on with things. But I want to give a message out there to those suffering from depression, those suffering from this year in particular. And I just want to give the input that it will get better. It will eventually get better, and we just need to get on and work with everything that is going on at this point in time. Otherwise, it's just going to be we got to stick together, and we got to get on and do what needs to be done. Yes, our fears will come through, that things aren't really going to get better. The problem with depression and a lot of what people are going through at this point is it's not laziness, it's just they don't see a point in it. I was having a talk with my mother the other day. I was in a fairly bad mood, and she'd asked me what was wrong. I just shrugged my shoulders, and she made a comment, and I turned around and I said to her, what's the point in complaining? It doesn't make things better. It doesn't make me feel better. No one's going to listen to what I've got to say. No one's going to take it seriously. And at the end of the day, I'm just going to pour my heart out, get myself worked up, get pissed off, and we're just going to end up back at square one. That's how a lot of people feel about it. And yes, I don't like complaining. It's specifically for those reasons. So what I tend to end up doing is bottling in a lot of my emotions and that kind of things, and at the end of the day, it is hurtful to myself because I don't really have that drive to get up and do what I need to do, to just get up and get on with it. And
we have a mission to accomplish.
Sadly, that is what we need to do, or else things just aren't going to get better. So a stance I've taken is very much what they call the serenity prayer. And for those that don't know what the serenity prayer is, it's a prayer that goes something like this: Dear Lord, give me the strength give me the serenity to accept the things I can't change. Give me the strength to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And so, again, that's where this whole get on with it comes in. Because rather than get pissed off, bottle my emotions and all that kind of thing, channel that energy into something I can actually change. And what I can do is I can get on with it, and I can work to get myself out of the situation that is constantly causing me suffering. or I can sit there, I can mope around, and nothing's going to change. On another note, being in the country I'm in, it is very difficult to get that get up and go, because our unemployment rate has gone down to 30+%. That's horrific for any type of country. Not only that, my brother was doing some research because he had a bit of a spout with his friend the other day, because he stays up in Norway. And he went and had a look, and he said, okay, so Norway pays less taxes than what we pay here, and Norway, on average, the average salary is double what it is here. So not only is Norway paying less taxes, they're also earning more. And with the unemployment rates here, it's very, very difficult. Like, our country is not an affluent country. If I'm not mistaken, it's between 15 to 20 times other well-known currencies like the euro, the dollar. Heck, me and my friend were talking. If I earned what he considers minimum wage, I would be earning close to 100,000. And I'm purposely not saying the currencies and things like that, just to give you an idea. What could you do with 100,000 of your currency? Because in my country, we can take 5,000. We might even take 8,000. And we go to the shops and we buy groceries for a month. And we might get half of what we need for 8 grand. It's stupid. And when you think of things like that it just makes the get on with it mentality that much more difficult.
It is good
But again, it's something we have to do, or things aren't going to get better. If we sit and we play our video games, if we sit and if we don't do anything productive in a day, nothing changes. And we're going to sit there in that same spot until we get up and do what we can. At this point in time, I am looking for work. I'm looking for a proper paying job because I'm not getting income any other way at this point. I'm still going through studies at this point. I'm looking at other studies I can do where I can get opportunities. There's so much that I'm trying to do at this point that I do also feel overwhelmed. And again, that also makes me just want to sit here and not do anything. It is such a tug of war, if you think about it, that you sit there and you wonder, is the effort actually going to make a difference? Is anything I do actually going to make a difference? And truth be told, it is. But it's not going to be immediate. It's not going to be like that. It's not going to be a clap of the hands, a flick of the wrist, and bibbidi bobbidi boo, and it's done. Everything that I'm looking at this point, and even what my brothers are looking at, is not immediate income. It's going to take 2, 3, 4 years at least. Which means we might cover that time period and there's still nothing happening with it. But that's also the thing, that if they work at it, if I work at what I've got in my life, in my pipeline, something's going to happen. But nothing's going to happen if I'm just sitting here. The current state of the world is in a very deep and dark place, with not a huge amount of people seeing the light at this point. And currently we're just digging the hole deeper and deeper and deeper, and it's going to turn... You can't just jump up and do anything. It's, especially when it comes to government and politicians, it takes the right person in the right place doing the right thing to make a difference. But where you can make a difference in your own life, where I can make a difference in my own life, is I can put myself in a better position than what I'm currently sitting in. I hope all of that made sense to everyone that decides to give this a listen. It's kind of weird. I don't know if I'm preaching philosophy, common sense, or what the hell's going on at this point. Just it is stuff that's just on my mind, and I'm more than welcome. I'm more than happy to have people, debate me, discuss with me. I don't expect everyone to have the same opinions I do, because when we look at what an opinion is formed by, it's formed by your experiences in life, your knowledge of life, your training in life, everything you know and have been taught, and that could be a complete 180 from what I know and what I've been taught and what I hold close. So I always appreciate those other views, the complete 180s on things. I appreciate, when someone with a differing opinion and a differing mindset comes to me and, tells me how they see it. Of course, at the end of the day, I'm the one that needs to process that information. And again, based on my experiences, my personality, my training, I've got to make a decision on what they're saying is going to work for me, or is what they're saying worked for them, and is it a one size fits all kind of deal. So again, there are certain ways of doing certain things, but that is a skill-based discussion, where others don't necessarily have the personality for some things. Just as an example, I do not have the calm, collected nature, nor do I have the patience and the firmness to be a call center agent. I can't, when someone's sitting there screaming in my ear, the first thing I want to do is completely remove myself from the situation, let everyone calm down, then we can come back and calmly discuss and figure out what the problem is and how to fix it. But I don't have the fortitude, let's say, to sit there and have someone scream at me over the phone while trying to de-escalate and deal with the problem. It's just not something I can do. And a very big call on this is, I did work in a hobby shop nearby close to me, and a guy came in. He bought a remote control car from us, and long story short, it wasn't the greatest, and we didn't have everything for it. But he bought it anyway, knowing all of this. And when I said to him, sorry, I can't find a charger for this specific battery or anything like that. I'm trying to find it, but I can't find anything. So if you're desperate, you can go to these people. And I gave him another store. And I said, and they will be more than happy to help, I'm sure. We always as much as we appreciate business, they also always appreciate business. And he got very, very angry with me. He left. He sent his brother in a while after, and his brother was a very nice personality. He was just very calm and collected and all that kind of thing, and he understood what I was saying. But he had to call his brother, talk to him. He then got me on the phone, and I just, as this guy was screaming and shouting at me and, getting everything out of his system, I just remained there incredibly quiet. And I don't know what look I gave his brother, because he seemed so apologetic and so just, I'm sorry you have to deal with this, because I just went quiet. And eventually he asked me, are you still there on the phone? And I said to him, yeah, I'm still here. And he says, well, what do you have to say to yourself? And I said to him, that's your choice. If you don't want to do business with us, that's your choice. I don't know what I can do that I haven't already done to change that fact. And again, he went on his tirade, and he eventually told me to put his brother back on the phone, because I just kept silent at that point again. So I did. they had a little bit of a chat there. I went back behind the counter, going about my business and, doing what I could, and just trying to keep myself very, very calm at this point. And his brother came over and we had a lovely little chat. And I said to him, look, I have been looking for something that can charge this battery for him. Because, yes, I don't want him to have to go to some other place to get it. And we chatted, we worked it out, and he said, well, if you can find it, give me a call. And I'll be the one to come in and pick it up and all that kind of thing. And I say, awesome, no problem. And he left. It was all very nice, all very cordial, shall we say. And it was a pleasant dealing with him, but his brother was a total ass, for lack of a better word. But it takes special kinds of people to do certain kinds of job. They need the personality, they need the knowledge, they need the training, and many people can adapt to different situations. But if your personality, in my opinion, if your personality is too far to one side, you're going to have a very hard time trying to adjust, because then to deal with that kind of job, you need to, again, pull a 180 on your own personality. And that can also lead to a whole slew of psychological problems, and it can definitely cause problems in both your personal and work life.
You have a mission to accomplish.
But I think I've rambled on for enough now. I hope everyone's enjoyed this and enjoyed the World of Warcraft in the background. The gameplay in the background is World of Warcraft Retail current, but only on a trial account, the new starter area that has been implemented into World of Warcraft. So if you've never played a MMO before, if you've never played an RPG before, this is a beautiful starting area, because the trial accounts are free up to level 20, and you can just download, go on, check out all the characters. You don't have any restrictions on the characters or the races or anything of the sort, and you can just go on and play. But you will be restricted that once you hit level 20, then you need to pay for a subscription. And with the latest updates they've added in a whole lot of customization for the different characters, and it's just awesome what they've done with it. I'm really enjoying it, and again, I hope everyone's enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.